Hey everyone, let's just go check see if we're live. Welcome to Pine Grove News Live. If you can hear us yet, uh, we did go live Monday, but didn't show up until 20 minutes into the live stream, and it's not showing up right now. But blessings, everyone. Hope everyone's doing okay. Um, Prayers to you all, man. It's Wednesday. It's the 12th of August already. Yeah. And, well, you know what happened? I don't know if it was today or yesterday. Joe Biden picking the one that a lot of people knew as vice president, uh, Kamala Harris. I don't know how she wants her name pronounced. Um, in any case, yeah, they had a live, I don't know what you call it, speech before Trump. Trump's on now on Fox. And what's funny is that I'm in Connecticut, okay, and obviously they're a Democrat state because every time Trump is on, including right now, it's not on our mainstream media. It's not on the news. It's not on any of the channels. Of course, they did air Biden and Harris, or mostly Biden and their little speeches, but that was everywhere. That was everywhere to be seen. So, and we are live now. It's actually showing it. So we'll continue on. Some things I don't have in the headline bar up there. I believe it was within the past day or so. Within the past day or so. I pay for internet. That's gonna have to talk to them when they want their bill next, and hopefully they'll prorate it for the time, the 2 days that were 3 days that we were without cable, whatever. That's important, but not that important. So, anyways, the organizer, besides the other, Black Lives Matter nonsense, um, she thinks that I don't know, everybody else or just white people, I don't know, need to pay Black Lives Matters reparations. I don't know for what. I'm sure if we could find a way to pay her, if even her great 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 grandfather or grandmother who may have been brought over here by the sugar trade. But what does she think that we owe her? You remember I was telling you one time what this other leader wanted, and she wanted everything that every white person has or is got coming. Yeah, that's what she thinks that she's entitled to. Uh, Anyways, the insanity continues. Protests continue. Well, riots continue. It's not protests anymore. Because this, just to mention again, this BLM leader or organizer said that, yeah, go. You want a a very expensive jacket? Go rob the store. It's okay. You can get yourself your expensive jacket, and so on and so forth. With anything they ever needed, just go get it. Just go, break into the store and steal it and take it. It's reparations. And I still don't know for what. Somebody please tell me what we need to pay her reparations for. Yeah. Anyways, if they don't like the country, and of course don't worry about it, because if Biden and gets elected, Harry, Camellia, call her chameleon. Let's just call her chameleon. Many different colors she wears, many different hats. She changes her mind all the time. Uh, Owns a gun, but other people can't have, their assault weapons. So on and so forth. I was looking for the video before I came on here, but I couldn't find it. But I did see it again the other day. It was actually played on mainstream media uh, when they were, when all those candidates were up there debating on stage, and when she was ripped apart by, I don't know where she came from, whether she's from Alaska or Hawaii or, anyway, I don't know her name. So you do know that if Biden is elected president, he will either before he takes office or soon after, he will be taken out of office because he's not capable of the position. He's just, I don't know what his problem is, but he's not all here. And how he's, Democrats have their own way of messing everything up. And so that's the plan anyway. And we talked about this way before it happened. Just didn't know we knew it was going to be a black woman. Thought maybe Rice might have been in there. But yeah, Chameleon will become president, and we will have a socialist nation. She will take the rest of this government down of what Obama tried to take down, and she'll take our healthcare system down. You want to go see a doctor? If that happens, good. Ask the people in Canada how long they got to wait sometimes for a doctor or some surgery or anything. They just don't work. Socialist healthcare systems don't work. So anyways, how in these polls Biden is in the lead. I think it's only, it's a single digit now, but still he's in the lead. And how that's concerning to me. Or yeah, it should be to anybody. Than in any of these polls. I mean, it's these young kids who are obviously impressed upon, brainwashed, Common Core, whatever you want to call it, into hating this country. Even though it's just like the athletes too. As soon as they get good contracts and get all kinds of millions of dollars, they come up and speak out against America. I mean, you see the craziness in that. It's just how somebody would, and a lot of actors do that too. You know that, right? They think once they got millions upon millions of dollars that they can go out and tell you how to live, where you should live, how much, whatever. They just think that they're the boss. It's just crazy. It's all crazy out there. Anyway, so I don't know, our local schools here in Connecticut, according to my son in a conversation last night, will have school, but Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3 days a week, they will have to do it online. And I know my grandkids will not learn much sitting there online for school. No. And then the other 2 days, depending on your last name, I guess they're only going to have a certain amount of people in the school. And of course, we're all still waiting for the teachers union, to get paid their full-time money for half the work. So however that works. I mean, look at all the time off they got anyway. I mean, I had an idea of how much they made, and for all that time off that they got, I think it's pretty good. They could always get a part-time job during the sure I'm missing some all the holidays and snow days, but those are you can't count on them. The holidays you can. So they will be going back to school, and I don't know about you people, but COVID is making an increase even where I'm working. Today, it was announced that we have one other person that has been tested positive for the COVID on the floor that I was painting in. So I was warned about that, if I was to go as a maintenance, because I am maintenance and painting, and if I was to get anywhere near this particular room, that I had to put on full PPE gear. That's personal protection equipment, face mask, face shield, gown, gloves, everything. So, anyways, not that I'm worried about getting it, because I trust the Lord that Justice and Pentagon, and yeah, he was according to him, a Green Beret in Vietnam. Okay, so he's a Green Beret. That's good. You know, very well trained and did what he had to do. But how does it make him qualified for anything that he's talking about? He's talking about polar shifts, warning of Planetx, flyby, asteroid impacts, government cover-ups. I mean, we can get that anywhere else in the news. So why is the talking head, the John Moore, so very important to everybody? We need to put those idols down. We're not to have idols. He's been making his rounds, and there he is. So in any case, yeah, all these things are happening. We already know that. They're all happening. Watch the sky, man. That's what you should be looking at, because our redemption, it's right around the corner. A lot of big talk about Planet Nubaru, Planetx, and even on mainstream news today on the radio, talking about a alien encounter, probably soon. And of course, they're already living here. Well, the fallen angels are the giants, but anyway. So let's see. Yeah, not even 24 hours later, and already CNN is talking about how cognitively challenged Joe Biden will step aside to make Kamala Harris president. Coming from CNN. Certainly not news. Yeah, that's a great picture for it, too. Let me get you over to... anyways, I got to read this. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization from the copyright holder. This is called fair use, and it's allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe on copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. That said, which should be the first thing that I should say, but with that, well, that's big enough for you to see, but we're going to get into the other one, so I'm going to show you, get my mug off the screen here and actually show you the news so you could read it. So what else we got over here? This is also from IntelliHub. States secretly stockpiling food, competing to fill warehouses to the brim ahead of coming disaster. Now you're saying, what coming disaster? Well, it could be one of two things, or both things. Could be this Planetx, which we've talked about this on Monday, that they've known since at least publicly put it out in articles in the 70s, 72, I believe, Popular Science. We have all kinds of extracurricular. Yeah, November 2nd, we still have that thing that's supposed to impact Earth, meteorite. That's it's not a big one, but if it hits a city, populated area, they don't know where it's going or where it's going to land or hit. Maybe a general idea. Well, this Planetx Planetx, Gil Brazard. I went over to a site, planet7x.net, and appears that it's almost inoperable, because I was going to show you that so you can go over there and there are free downloads. You can get charts and stuff that I've picked up and printed, and you should look at them. Has a lot to do with what's going on and what to look for. And this, anyways, we were talking about this thing from NASA the other day. It's data they supposedly scrubbed. I mean, I saw the orbit of that thing that went around the sun. That's not Planetx. It can't be, because it takes a lot longer than what we watched. And yeah, I know it was condensed. But if that was Planet 7X or Planet 10, however times bigger it was than the Earth, it would definitely make much more of an impact on this planet. Something about 3 days of darkness while it takes his 150-day turn around the sun, and then another 3 days or 3.5 days of darkness on the other side as it goes around the loop. You know what I mean? And the Bible talks about 1/3 of the sun, right? And the moon turning blood red. So let's look for a time when that's coming, anywhere between now and December, in the last couple months. We know when the moon is going to be full, so let's listen for blood moons that are occurring. Some of them, some people just don't know until they, find out days beforehand. And then let's figure out, what's going to obscure the sun. 1/3 of the sun, 1/3 of the stars. But anyways, a lot of that we're going to find, what they mean shortly. Yeah. So governments, and they've been doing it for a long time, loading their underground bunkers. That reminds me of, what is that verse? Revelation 6:16. That's the sixth seal, I believe. And it's second to the last paragraph. So 6:16, and said to the mountains and the rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. But that's not what I want to say. It's 6:15, and the kings of the earth and the great men and the rich men and the chief captains and the mighty men and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens in the rocks of the mountains. That is the sixth seal. And during the seventh seal is when all the trumpets start. That's the seventh seal. So, yeah, I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. Okay, so I'm definitely wrong about that. I mean, there is other, don't know where it is, that 1/3, they talk about 1/3 of the sun is blocked out, including the stars. And of course, we also find that in 6:14, the heaven departed as a scroll. That's where in the sixth seal that the heaven departs as a scroll rolled together. And I just want to make a point here. A lot of people, I don't know, they have an impression of how the sky is going to fold up. It's a scroll that's rolled up. So it actually be two, right, that roll up, and it becomes the two scrolls, even though it says scroll. But it departed as if it was rolled together. Two together. Anyways, some people think that it's just a parchment that rolls up, and or it rolls the other way. It don't. It has to roll together. And parchments just roll into one roll, like a. Any case, I know, useless information. But that's the sixth seal of Revelation. Whether we're here for it, we'll find out. So here's just another article just from the Blaze, the Natural Blaze. States and feds secretly stockpiling food to the roof. We all should be. You really should be. If you can do it, you need to do it. Right. All right. So what else we got here? A lot of this weather I'm just going to shoot past. This one is not weather related. It's earthquake related. From the signs of the last days, 11,000 mile per hour mysterious boomerang earthquake shakes scientist. And well, I was curious, so I just went to go see it because I've never heard of a boomerang earthquake. So, in a seismic new study published by or in Natural Geoscience, an international team of geologists had discovered evidence of a boomerang earthquake, a type of quake that can ricochet with rocked and seafloor beneath the Atlantic Ocean. In 2016, they discovered this. 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So undersea size monitors detected the tectonic terror traversing, say that real quick, traversing the Romanche fracture zone, a 560-mile long fault located approximately halfway between Brazil and Africa. That's in the Atlantic. Okay, so the scientific team then analyzed the position of the earthquake's epicenter and the energy released by each rumbling phase to put the pieces together. They found that while ordinary tremblers focused their energy in one direction, the 7.1 magnitude monster, termed a back-propagating super shear rupture, reportedly tore eastward before doubling back and continuing in the opposite direction at the accelerated velocity. Kind of sounds like a, tsunami, but only an echo of an earthquake. Very interesting. What are they trying to tell us? So even more terrifying, the tremor traveled at a quake-neck pace of 11,000 miles per hour. I mean, what's the width of the United States? It's like 2,500, 3,000 miles from coast to coast. I don't know for sure. Just taking a guess. But 11,000 miles per hour during the return trip. So fast that it generated a geologic equivalent of a sonic boom. Or to put it in simpler terms, quick enough to jet from London to New York in 18 and a half minutes. So anyways, man, I'm looking out for that. You gotta really look around for stuff like this. I didn't see it in strange sounds or what do you call that? Wobble or any of those scientific websites. In any case, let's just go read off a bunch of the weather that's going on, and that's all I got. And I think I will read Psalms 91 for you when we get to the end. Most of these are from the Watchers. Tropical cyclone Mekahala brings powerful winds and heavy rains as it makes landfall in Fujian, China. During this season, just like us, apparently there's another disturbance out in the Atlantic, and it normally is this time of year. So whether they grow into earthquakes, just keep watch. But it's very active over there in the Pacific. So China, always getting hit by them. You think we got to watch out for that dam and pray for those people below that dam. Where else are they going to go? They're poor people because of the $1 million, the $1 million or what's a good way to mention them? $1 million families. It's a few million families that collect all the money. They get all the money that are rich, just like here. It's the usually the talking heads, the politicians. That's the word I was trying to get out. Yeah, and bankers, IMF, Federal Reserve, all that stuff. They've got all the money. So you want to know why all these countries are broke? It's because their leaders, in cahoots with the elite and the Queen, of course, um, took all the money. It's all theirs. You don't get any of it. And they're stockpiling for them. Don't think that you're going to be going down in those bunkers with them, because you're not. No, they're going to take important people to run their machines to keep them up and going that way, and probably philosophers and poets and stuff like that. No historians though. Rare atmospheric rivers form at opposite sides of Australia. I also heard Australia was in snow this morning or yesterday, right? That's what I heard. That's what I heard even on the mainstream radio today. So, yeah, it's not the first time you've heard about atmospheric rivers. You hear about it all the time, coming from the Pacific and hitting the West Coast. Pineapple Express, we've heard of that before, right? Just another way of warning you at least, that they are going to make a lot of rain. Okay, floods claim 35 lives, destroy and damage 7,000 homes, and leave widespread crop loss. Okay, in Sudan, Africa. Yeah, I guess there's no droughts there in Africa this year. Yeah, I'm sure there is. In Sudan, though, I believe Sudan is one of the players that is being built up for this next physical war, with Egypt. They're the ones that are building that dam to divert the Nile and take livelihoods away from the Egyptians. And then you got Turkey, who don't like Egyptians, want them out of the way. Israel is teaming up with Egypt. I guess it's Iran, China, and Russia. And then we're probably going to have our own war with China, either over Taiwan and or the Yellow Sea. I call them the Spratly Islands, but yeah, the Cascadians or something else. Anyways, so, and more other to think, because you're not getting floods, we're getting what in the Midwest, 100-mile-per-hour straight line winds this past week. Lasers detect space debris in daylight for the first time. Well, that's good. And I guess they're showing a picture of an explosion or a satellite in pieces. No, I know, it's just debris from China shooting down satellites. Yeah, apparently Russia and China both can shoot down our satellites. So you can talk about an upcoming hail and rainstorm. It won't be rain, but it'll be metal storm or whatever they make them of. Nuclear, material coming down on your head. Yeah, so for the first time, detect space debris in broad daylight. Prior to this, lasers could only be used to measure the distance to space debris during a few twilight hours. So what are they going to do? Just look at it? Why don't they start cleaning it up? No, but you know what's going to happen when they decommission all these nuclear plants? They're probably going to put them all on Tesla rockets and just shoot it out into space and just let it go. Wherever it goes, it goes. Whoever, not that it's going to hurt anybody. Damage and flood and landslides hit Trinidad and Tobago after 2 weeks worth of rain in just 9 hours. Yeah, we've heard these stories before, and it continues to increase. As we said, severe storms bring baseball-sized hail, heavy rain, and damaging winds to Minnesota, U.S. Yeah, happened Sunday to Monday. Electricity disrupted with those straight line winds. I mean, hundreds of thousands. Well, they might be talking millions. People without power. And in any case, that is all the news I got. I just want to remind you that these are just reminders of things that are going on. They are going on, and you're just going to have to, pray to the Lord to bring you peace. Um, I have peace in these things. I mean, and I'm not like somebody else keeps claiming, some other people that, they take these things lightly. No, I don't take them lightly at all. One life is just terrible to lose. And that's just, sometimes, you know, can really bring somebody down if they study and look at these things all the time. It's not easy, but the Lord does give me peace in it. Knowing that these things will happen, are always dying for some full reason that man has concocted or done. Wars upon wars upon wars. And, you have all that stuff right now. You have more rumors of war now than you did anyway 2 years ago. I mean, there are people actually, I know they were maneuvering pieces 2 years ago, but now they're actually testing these weapons. Whether it was a rocket that hit that Beirut stash of ammonia nitrate or not, well, according to somebody, what was that? Fake news, yeah. The fact checkers, conclude a video of Beirut explosion is fake. But anyway, let's put it so on. So anyways, let's go. I'm going to read Psalms 91. And other than that, man, peace be with you. And it's time to pray. It's time to pray about this election. Yeah, I mean, the Lord's will is going to be done regardless. Obviously, we know that. So if you need to find peace in it, because it's coming. We're going to be going home soon, and at least you can have that to look forward to. Yeah, everything about it is, all the things that are happening it's brought on by man, his greed and disdain for human life. I can't even imagine the mindset that you would have to just disregard a human life just altogether and just put them in the basket of deplorables, and I don't know, tell them they're going on a cruise and just sink the boat. Yeah, that's they don't care. I don't know, what do you call that? Psychopathic. So anyways, my refuge and my fortress. Psalms 91:1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, not you. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For He shall give His angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. Because He has set His love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. says Jesus. I will set him on high because he has known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. I go there anytime. I just have it in my head when I am down, you know, being attacked, however it is, and sometimes, multiple attacks at one time. I have to stop. I have to stop to let the darkness, blackness, whatever you want to call it, these heavy burdens, and just stop and pray that he intercedes and he gives me peace. And you know what? It's almost automatic now. But I have to ask. It's just how that relationship works. I mean, yeah, and it can be it could be a long-lasting peace. And a lot of it is. A lot of time it is. Most of the time I just fight against this world and how to, maintain a living and do the things I do without getting involved in it. Especially with these politics. It's the first time ever, I'm 61 years old, and I signed up online to vote. I hate politics. I don't know why, but I went and signed up to vote. Talk about changing the times, right? No one, I don't know. So with that, everyone, I will be back Friday. A lot of things going on this week that happened. Wish I could just, splurt out everything that's happened to me. Between the the car that I had dying in the parking lot the other day and Stop and Shop parking lot, to being forced to wear these masks that just have fibers after you got to wear them at least 2 or 3 times a week. And by the middle of the second day, they have fibers in them that just, you breathe them in. I try not to. I keep my mouth closed and try to just breathe through my nose and get it close to the tip. Anyways, and I'm sure a lot of people are inhaling that. So please pray for these people who are forced to wear these masks. And they're trying to make everyone do it everywhere. I mean, talk about total confusion and chaos. What the heck for? I'm going to keep bringing it up, man, because they keep bringing figures up. 166,000 people disappear every year. And there's other 160,000 figures, 2 other ones. And I forget what they're related to, either car accidents or cancers. And some numbers are even bigger. But 166,000 people disappearing every year. Come on. We know that all they just don't disappear. They're not gods. They don't, show up in the midst of the apostles. No, they don't do that. So I believe they're taken. Anyways, God bless everyone. Have a great evening, and peace be with you. Peace out, everyone.